Hey, this is EqualSurf Ireland Crypto, and this is Harmony. Okay, Harmony 1. The ticker symbol is 1. Okay, I did a chart on this, I think, the other day, and this is a lovely chart again. It reminds me of Coty, very, very similar, or Veracity. Okay, VAR or VRA. Very, very, very similar. They're all three very, very similar charts. And what I'm going to do is just going to get rid of this stuff here first, and I'm going to kind of do a live what's going on right now and where we are in the market and where your supports are and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so you'll see how I work and how I do things myself and what I'm looking for. Okay, so right now what I'm seeing here is we had a massive cup and handle. There's your cup, there's your handle, and there was your neckline. Okay, so 21 cent is the neckline. Okay, so what did it do? It came out, broke out, created a handle, broke out of the handle, which is a falling wedge. The target of the handle, the falling wedge, was here, up at the neckline, came up, tested the neckline at 21 cent, broke out, back tested it, and then you know what it did? It then went up to its target and hit it, 39 cent on the button. Okay, well, how do I get that target? It's the distance from here, from the neckline to the bottom of the cup. Okay, hit the target. And what happens when it hits the targets? Quite a lot. Quite a lot. Once the target is hit, the move will reverse. Okay, so what will reverse to? Generally, it'll reverse to the 0.618. Now, I'm going to pull out my fib here and take a look and see where it did go to. So we're going from here, the whole move, to the bottom of this. Okay, wait now. It's going down to the bottom right there. Okay, it's actually the whole, not from the bottom, it was just going to the very bottom, okay, from where it took off. Okay, so what am I seeing here? Where did it go to? It actually went down to the 0.618. Okay, so why is that important? Okay, so that's important because most moves will move back, retrace back to the 0.618, okay, of any type of move at all. All right, and they'll go back and retest it, and they'll usually try and bounce there and go back up. Okay, or they'll fail there. All right, so what am I doing here now at the bottom? I'm just filling in where your supports are for if we start breaking down. Okay, I'm going to put the neckline in a different color here, in the white. I'm going to make the neckline red. Okay, so it's very, very clear. Okay, so what I'm going to do there, just your supports underneath to see what's actually happening. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get rid of this fib line. Okay, so this is what we have going on right now. I'm just going to zoom in a small bit. So we have a move here, very, very clearly. This is a move, okay? I'm now going to go and take a look and see what's happening here. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to see and tell you where this could go if Bitcoin turns around. This is not financial advice. Anything I say here is essentially entertainment purposes. These are the charts I'm using, okay? And I use to chart. All right, and this is how I work. I'm using technical analysis with formations, with fib retracements, with stochastics, with resistances, with your supports. Very, very simple stuff, basic. But then it can get a bit complicated, but it works. Okay, it works. But this is my own thing. Okay, so don't take this for gospel. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is a small formation. Where, you know, the next move is going to happen. Okay. Okay, so firstly, I'm in the 12 hours chart, and you can see your 0.618 here. I'm going to put that in green. Okay, 1 second, just so it stands out. All right, so this is our 0.618. Okay, from the main move over the whole overall structure back here I showed you a while ago. Okay, and what has happened here? Okay, So one has broken down out of a falling wedge, which is generally bullish and will break up. And the target of that would have been back up here at 38 cent. That hasn't happened. Why hasn't it happened? Because Bitcoin is dumped. You can see here for the past 3 days, Bitcoin has been dumping, or the past 36 hours has been dumping, okay? And this is what happened. This should have broken up here. No, it's not. So it's now back testing the 0.618, okay? Right, so this is the daily, and if I go look at the daily, we've got two beautiful things going on here, okay, with Harmony 1, right? Firstly, there's a lot of support here, and right, what is happening right now? This is the 50-day moving average. It's coming up and holding the price up. We also have the 0.618, exactly like Veracity, exactly like Coty. They have the same thing going on, okay? If you look at their charts, I put videos up, they have exactly the same thing. The 50-day moving average is coming up, holding it, and it's also the 0.618 is confluent to that, okay? So you have some fantastic support around here right now, okay? So this is what I'm expecting. So this is holding right now. Let's just say that it does want to break back up in here and it starts breaking out towards the target of 0.38. Of this move from top to bottom, okay, mirror to here, you will generally get a retracement of a move after it finishes correcting back to the 0.618. Okay, so where is the 0.618 of this move? I'm going to take it from this one. I'm going to ignore the wick. So we're now going to look at the 0.618. Where is that? Up to the 0.786. Okay, so this is it. This is your golden pocket. Okay, this is where it traditionally will move back to. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for a second. I'm now going to fill in the other fibs. These are our resistance lines and our supports. Okay, traditionally this is where traders will take profit. They'll have all these mapped out and know where the top places to sell and to buy. Why? Because they know that every other trader is doing the same thing and waiting for those lines to hit, and they will do long and short. I'm not talking about long and short thing. This is not financial advice. I just hodl anyway, I don't trade. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take that off. Now what do we have? Okay, now I can see clearly where it needs to go. Okay, right, so we actually have a bit of major support here where it's on right now as well. Okay, so I'm going to drop down to a lower time frame, just see what it takes to look, what it looks like. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go actually a bit higher, back to 12 hour. It's easier to see. Okay, so this is in the short term. If Bitcoin stops dumping and it decides to make a reversal, what does Harmony 1 do? Okay, so technically speaking, if it breaks back up into this falling wedge, it'll start making its way back up to the 0.618 to the golden pocket, and then make a decision of what it wants to do. You'll get a reaction around here. Okay, you'll either get a rejection or you'll break through into the golden pocket 0.786 and hit our target of 38 cent. Okay, so again, this move will generally speaking retrace back to the 0.618, and you'll get a reaction. It'll make a decision. But what does it have to do before it gets up here? So right now we have the 0.618 from the, which is here, from the overall move holding it on the 50-day moving average. Okay, now you can see it is even pulsing down there now, trying to move down because Bitcoin's dumping. Guarantee it. I won't even have to look. But it Bitcoin moves, all the alts get killed. Okay, if Bitcoin goes up, they'll all start pumping up. So what do we want to see? If Harmony 1 wants to turn around right now, what does it need to do? Well, you need to start breaking up through the different levels. Okay, and it doesn't go up in a straight line. This is daily chart. This can take for days. It needs to make this into support, come back test it, break this 27 cent, come back test it, straight up to 29 cent, back test, up to 31 cent, back test, hit the golden pocket, and this is where it'll make a decision. Okay, it'll make a decision here and decide either A, get rejected and come back down. okay, and start falling through them or trying to bounce again, or test it, back test the one below it, and then break through, and we're coming up to our target up here. Okay, now this is the bullish scenario. That's if Bitcoin stops dumping. Okay, if Bitcoin turns around and starts exploding back up and finds its bottom, this is the scenario that will play out. Okay, right now Bitcoin looks very dumpy. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the downside. Where is their support? Where is their Harmony 1 support? Okay, so I'll show you that now, just 2 seconds. Okay, so these are supports here, and this is if Bitcoin decides to keep on going down and dumping, okay, which looks like it wants to do. All right, again, it'll affect the market, it'll affect the altcoins. Okay, so your first support here is already being attacked by Harmony 1, and there's decent support here, okay? It's between 23 cent and 25 cent, okay? Right now it's broken into the zone of support. The next one, if this fails, and you've got your 0.618 here as well, okay? If it fails, we're going down. The next bit of support is 22.225, from 20 cents to 0.225. This is our next zone that you'd be looking for a bounce, okay? If that fails, we're now going down to 19 cent. From about 19 cents to 0.988 is your next zone of support, okay? After that, we're making a bit of a drop, and we're going between 14 cent and 16 cent, nearly 17 cent. Well, no, it's actually, yeah, just between 14 and 16 cent is your next zone of support. This is what you're looking for. I'm not saying it'll go all the way down here, but what I am saying, if Bitcoin drops to 53,000, you are looking, okay, we're looking all the way down here, between 8 cent and 10 cent for a Harmony 1, okay? But there's a lot of supports all the way up. If this fails, where is it going then? I don't know. I'm not even going to put it in because I don't think it'll fail. You've got a lot of support all the way down, okay, with Harmony 1. And I would expect a bounce to occur somewhere in between. Okay, guys? So these are your supports. I'm going to look at the stochastics right now. Okay, so your 4 hour is flatlining right now on the stochastic. It means it's oversold. Okay, the buyer is getting exhausted. All right. Your 12 hour is coming to oversold, and your daily is oversold as well. Okay, so we have a lot of different things going on there, but there's a lot of oversold stuff, right? If we go to the 3 hour, 2 hour is flatlining. Okay, 1 hour is above. Okay, that's coming down. The 3 hour is flatlining. 4 hour is flatlining. So I would be expecting a bounce on one of these zones coming up. Okay. Very lemon and lime, isn't it? It looks like something I could eat, the colors. So I would expect this to hold right here, around 23 cent. If it doesn't, I would expect 20 to 22 cent to hold. Okay, I'm expecting a bounce because of the fact that, look, it's very oversold. But if the daily still wants to come down, we're looking kind of around 19 cent. All right, roughly. Okay, so these are your zones. I do think a lot of these should bounce. One of these will bounce. Okay, guys, so that's Harmony 1. I've given you what could happen in upside and what will happen in the downside. Okay, with each support level all the way down. So yeah, don't panic. Bitcoin will affect all altcoins and every coin in the market. All right, so this is EagleSurf Ireland Crypto. If you like my content, give me a like and make sure you subscribe. I'm just trying to get my subscribe count up. Awesome.